My name is Sarah Galliano, and I live in Costa Rica with my husband. And I participated in the Live and Thrive with Indo by Jessica Duffin course. And my symptoms before starting the course were very severe. I had a very low quality of life and felt very hopeless that it could improve. Suffering from chronic fatigue, chronic body pain, PMDD, which is PMS on steroids, feelings of depression and anxiety before my period, horrendous menstrual cramps when my period was coming, and also from heavy bleeding when the period did come. So I had the full gamut of symptoms, and it was really hard for me to deal with. So they started to change almost immediately, doing the course and applying the advice that's in the course. I would say that within a matter of a day or two, I saw the benefit. I started having more energy, sleeping better. My PMDD wasn't so severe. I didn't have the chronic body pain, which was miraculous for me, to be honest. And having more energy to be able to do what I need to do was really a lifesaver. So I saw an improvement on all of my symptoms, and some of them very drastically. For example, the body pain. I would say that on a pain scale, it was probably an 8, and it went down to a 2. And for fatigue, I was probably at a 9, and it went down to about a 4. So I really saw some drastic improvements doing some very simple things that were provided within the course of Indo, Live and Thrive with Indo. So I give all that credit to the course. So I would say that my life has definitely changed for the better. I don't feel so hopeless about my symptoms improving anymore. Now I feel hopeful that they can improve. Now I have more energy to do the things that I need, but I also want to do. So, as I mentioned, I live in Costa Rica. It requires a lot of energy to live here. I'm not on a vacation and I don't live on a resort. So I have to live like everyone else lives here. So it requires a lot of energy and it can be very draining. So that was very depressing for me before, that I couldn't keep up. And no matter how hard I tried. But now I'm getting a little steam in my engine that I feel like I can make I can't do everything. I can't do everything all the time that I want to do, because I probably overshoot that a bit much. But I'm able to keep up. Like I can keep up with the house chores. I can also keep up with cleaning, cooking, time with my husband, keep up with the studies that I have. And so all of those things that are very important to life that we could take for granted until it's taken away from us. So I have definitely had an improvement in the quality of my life. So that's very important. So to see that things have improved that much, that I feel like I can keep up. And I would say, like, some of the changes that I made that I noticed the biggest difference with were very simple but practical. And I just can't believe, like, it was so simple that it made such a big difference. Sitting in front of the open window in the morning when I get up, taking in the sunshine, looking at the trees. You know, you can do that wherever you are in the world. So even if it's wintertime, I'm from the United States, so I know what that's like, but you can even look out at the snow. So, and I'm going to keep that in mind if I go back. There's no reason that I can't do this. So looking outside, there's still signs of life outside, getting that sunshine into my eyes, and also eating 2 extra servings of veggies a day. I really felt like that was going to be so simple that it wasn't going to make any difference. I was already considered an extremely healthy eater compared to everyone else in my life. But having endo, we need to understand it. And that's where the course comes in. You can start to understand what's going on inside of you. There's a war inside of you. And so I didn't think that it would make a big difference, but it did. And I started to see that increasing, starting at 2 more servings of vegetables a day was when I saw the body pain starting to diminish, and also improved sleep. And the feelings of depression were starting to diminish. So it was very impressive and significant for me. And then the last change that I made that made a big difference, which I thought was an impossibility, because I was a coffee addict, started drinking coffee probably about the age of 9 on a regular basis. And then it became an everyday necessity. And then it became an all day long necessity. And it's very easy to carry on your coffee addiction when you live in a land that it grows abundantly and it's very high quality. And I live right next to where they grow coffee. I thought it was just impossible for me to break that coffee addiction. And what helped me to do that was the knowledge that was brought forth in the course. Seeing the why behind it really helped motivate me to gradually, not overnight, but gradually cut back on my caffeine addiction. Seeing what role that was playing in making it harder for my body to detoxify was very important, because I had heard that many times before. It's not good. It's not good for endometriosis. I didn't know why. And so I wasn't motivated to do it because it was like my only source of energy. But when you rely on it so heavily for energy, it doesn't even work after a while. So it was kind of a rabbit hole that I got into, and the course really helped me out of that. Now I wake up without that brain fog and like feeling like my head has been under an elephant all night. I don't have that anymore. So now I feel like I can get up and I can like function as a normal human being without a cup of caffeine under me. And so, and I don't have that necessity throughout the day. Like, oh, I feel like I need it. So, and that's where I was, which I didn't really like how that was carrying on. And just to make it clear, the course does not banish caffeine at all. It was just something that I saw, the information, why it would be beneficial. And it gave me the courage to do it. And so I was able to accomplish that. So something that I learned from the course that I found very helpful was, I would say module 5 and module 6, talking about the detoxification pathways in module 5, really seeing all of that information on how our modern lives are kind of getting in the way of our health, helped me to make some changes with personal care products and what I cook my food in, what I store my food in. Also cleaning products and stuff like that. And I appreciated that in the module, Jessica gave the information to help us to know how to apply what we find out about our detoxification pathways, keeping our gut in check and really improving that, which is, it seems like it's something that we all suffer with endo. Having endometriosis, I have always had gut problems. I was born with gut problems. I literally could not even digest my own mother's milk. And so my whole life I've been battling with that. And so learning how that can contribute to the growth of endometriosis was huge for me. It was very simple, but I kind of like the simple but yet profound information that I found in the course. I say module 6, I did like about the HPA axis and the circadian rhythm. It's kind of new for me. So HPA axis, learning how it can get off and it can kind of mess with your energy, and also seeing that our modern lives don't really work together with our natural rhythms, but how we can make some simple adjustments in our life and in our schedule to start working more in harmony so we can start feeling better. And that really has been the case for me. So I really loved the information that I found in both of those modules. And I would say that if you're not sure about the course, about Live and Thrive with Endo, I would say, okay, so what I loved, because I wasn't sure either, I had already blew so much money on other courses that were very general about women's hormones and were not endo specific. Actually, I came to find out they knew very little about endometriosis. They just knew it was bad. So I didn't want to jump in feet first again and lose a bunch of money and have information that was useless for me. So I really loved that Jessica was very transparent about the information. She's been there, she's done that. So she understands that it could be very hard to make that decision to purchase a course online on the internet. So she's been able to provide, which I needed, I needed to see, provide like details of what's in the course. I needed to see, like in every module, what is here? I need to know it. I need to see the testimonials of other girls like me that have endometriosis and have been benefited by the course, and how specifically, because I never got that from the others. So definitely start looking into the course. All the transparency helps you to see what you're going to get in the course, and you also get a money back guarantee. Jessica provides a safety cushion for us if we buy and we're like, it's not right for me. So you really don't risk anything. You can only gain and benefit from it. So I say that if you have endometriosis and you feel like you're at rock bottom, start looking into this course, because it is probably the most in-depth course I've felt, a measure of safety with the guarantee that Jessica provided, and also how she lets us see what's inside the modules and what we're going to get. So we're not just purchasing blindly online something that's promising to give us results without actually delivering it. So I would say if you're feeling a little hesitant, start there, start looking into it. You can even check out any kind of testimonial that she has from other girls, and to see like, oh, that that worked for them. I think that might work for me. So I would definitely say give it a go and do your research and be confident that you're going to get a lot of quality information. She really put her heart and soul, you can tell, into the course. I don't even know how long this took her to accomplish. The information that's in it with all of the reference material where you can find her research, that was very, very, very well done for me. I love that I can fact check. I can fact check what has been said if I'm unsure about it. So she has really put a lot of work into the course, and she really is there for you as a resource. And I really feel like it's going to benefit you if you just give it a chance and you just try, just try the course and do it. You'll see benefit, and then you'll feel like this was totally worth it. And I say if you're wanting to make some changes, but you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know what pace you should go, I would say, first of all, don't panic. That's never good. Don't panic. Take a deep breath, because she's right there with you. She's there for you. Actually, when I started this course, I felt like, okay, I am at rock bottom. It's going to take a huge overhaul for me to have any type of benefit whatsoever. So my mind was dead set that I was going to do it all, and I was going to do it all at once. Well, I couldn't. I was not at that point. It was very unreasonable. So I appreciated that. The encouragement that Jessica gave was to take it bit by bit, step by step. So don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Just pick one thing that you feel like, okay, I may not be doing that exactly. I think I can. Let me try it. And do your own investigation. See how you start to feel. And then that kind of gives you a little bit more energy, which we need, and a little bit more hope that you're going to be able to easily apply the plethora of advice that's inside the course. So it's a lot of information, and I would say definitely just start at one thing. If you're at rock bottom, just start at one thing, get your momentum, go slow, so that you can reach the finish line without draining yourself. And I would say that if you have if you need a little bit more more encouragement for the course, my final words for hope and final words of wisdom is, if you're feeling hopeless, just know that it can and it will get better. I was there. I felt like I had done everything. I had tried everything. Nothing worked. Why would this work? Why would this work for me? So just know that it can get better. And with endometriosis, and especially if it has progressed, you feel like you have fallen into a hole that's too deep for you to get out of. It's not your fault that you fell in the hole. It just came out of nowhere. It just happened to you. And so you just need a little helping hand to get you out of the hole. And that's where Jessica's course, Live and Thrive, comes into play. So it's kind of like the helping hand reaching deep into the hole, helping you to get out. So just know that it can and it will change. Let's do it step by step and be motivated by every little bit of progress that you make. Kind of take note, and it might be helpful to write down on a notepad. I'm feeling a little bit more energetic today. I have more energy. Like, okay, so I did this change and it led to this. So you can kind of keep track and can help build and encourage you along the way to keep going, to keep applying, because even though there's no cure for endo, we can improve our situation. We can have an improved quality of life, which is really, I think, what all of us want. It's what I wanted. And it's just like, I felt like I found something that could really help me. It was really specific for endometriosis. That's what this course is for. And that's what we really need. The general programs that talk about, hormones and women being off for something, but never really talk about endometriosis. They don't really help the way that this course does. So if you've done the other things and it really hasn't helped, that's why, because you need something that's specific for endometriosis. I needed that, and I wasn't finding that in other places. And so I could really say that the course is, it's just so much information. It's just so much information to go through, but also every module gives you the practical ways to apply it. So, and that's because of Jessica's efforts in giving us that advice and the counsel. We also have the question and answers. The Q&As can really help to continue the motivation, really helps you to see maybe you might need to start somewhere else than at the beginning, then at module 1. Maybe you need to start somewhere else down the module. Maybe it's more specific to your journey and your concerns, where you are at today. And also the Q&As can really help you with finding out where all the other girls are getting ideas to apply the practical advice. How are they doing it in their lives? And even if you can't do it exactly the way they do, maybe it can help get your creative juices flowing so that you know how you can apply it in your life. So I cannot praise it enough. Just give it a try, and I don't think you'll be disappointed.